G'day and welcome to my Friday Night Live episode 126. We're all the way up to. Tonight, we're going to go for an hour where I like to connect with my followers, answering your questions you send in, and also in the chat here, connecting with each other live for the next hour. Okay, if you have a question you want me to read out in next show, just simply comment it in one of my YouTube videos and they get printed out like these ones and they'll get read out in the following program. Also, I have a list of people I'd like to thank who support me throughout my YouTube journey, teaching you people how to paint the way I paint. And before we get started, I also just need to do a few little checks. As I am a one-man band, I need to do a few checks just to get things going here, okay? So bear with me a moment. Let me just see if I do have some sound. So I just going to keep talking, and then I can hear myself.
I do have some sound, so I just going to keep talking.
Okay, perfect. Everything is fine. And I can see I've got 8 people watching at the moment. So this show is not the type where you need to just sit back and watch. If it's the replay, you can, but if it's the actual live, I need you to interact with me because that's what keeps the banter going and what keeps the show afloat throughout the hour. Now I'm just going to bring this monitor to life so as I can look a bit more direct up and down instead of all the way over there like a rude mongrel. All right, so where are we? I've got to just go over here, close a few things up there, and we'll get this one going there. I'll just also knock the sound off so you won't hear any feedback. And I'll get the show going. Oh, here we go. I can read now. So let me just zoom that in a little bit more. Where are we? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, only subscribers can comment in the live. So if you're not a subscriber and you want to comment in the live, just simply subscribe and it'll allow you to comment. That keeps scam people out. They don't usually want to subscribe when they want to write, you're an idiot, you're a filthy blah blah blah. So it helps keep those ones at bay, but they might find a way through it, who knows. And so at the moment we've got 9 people watching, which is fantastic. Now don't be shy to give me the thumbs up and share this out as well. And that reminds me, I do got to share it in my social media as well, on my Facebook group page, just so people on that side can get to it as well. So bear with me another minute or two while I get going. How's everyone been? Their Friday night? Well, over here it's Saturday morning in Australia where I live, but most of my followers on the other side of the world where it resonates to be 12 hours behind. Okay, so that's why times are different. It's all international, so there's everybody from all walks of life and all areas of the globe watching the show. So that's why there's so many different time slots, I suppose. What was that one? My Facebook, and now we'll go to my. I have a Facebook group page. It's called Ianapolis Art Network. For those who aren't familiar, all the links are in the description below. Down there, have a look. It's what's in my cupboard, and there's a few there that'll help you out along the way if you're like following me or any YouTube channel for that matter. Have a look at their links below because it also helps you out what's going on with them there as well, and the community pages. I've got my coffee here. Now, before we get going, I just want a quick shout out to Paddy Miner, Chris Duffy, Scott Cinnamon, Danette Smith, Sheila Harrington Shaw, Joy Peterson, Jerry Powell, Sylvie Gravel, James Glover, and Larry Baker. Thank you for your monetary supports for the last 3 weeks. Much appreciated. So thank you very much. And also, while I'm on to monetary support, this is a super chat. Super chat is enabled. So those people who like to send in donations throughout the live show, you can simply hit the super chat $ logo there and pledge your donations there. Also, I'd just like to state, if you're a member of my YouTube channel or you're a Patreon, you pay for extra perks there, but following me on YouTube costs you nothing. You still get to watch my videos for free. They don't cost you nothing. And a lot of them are packed full of goodies and information, how to paint and how to achieve different things. And I also want to remind you, Don't rush your art. You don't want it to be easy and simple. You want it can be hard and difficult. It's a challenge. That's what it's all about. And take your time. That way it's going to sit and be worthy of something that took its time, okay? Now, who we got in the room here? We got the Drawing World. Good morning. We got Ray, is it Cranham? G'day, Ian. G'day, Ray. Ray Cranham. I'm in the UK. 1 a.m. here. Yes, it's different times all over the place. Some people do like to say, well, I can't watch it, but you can always watch the replay. That's what the replay is all about. We've got DD here from Ontario, Canada. It's 8 p.m. there in Ontario. Now, like I said, I need you to spit out some questions, but I do have a few here that I like to get through. So I'll start off with one from, let me just get back over here. Where are we? I need to go here. I got one here from Lynette Gill. Do you find the heat ruins your acrylic paints in tubes? Do you make the tube holder or did you buy them? Okay, it's a two-part question, so I'll give you two answers. The tubes I buy, I don't find the heat bothering them at all. I've even got some tubes out there in my studio that I've had for donkey years, and they're still worthy. If you're leaving it in direct sunlight, the lid's not quite tight, it's cheap and snotty brand, it might fail you, okay? And the tube holder that I made, I just recently released a studio tour of a video of my studio touring, a walkthrough around my studio, and in there I show how I've got the tubes slotted out in a channel and I slide them on there. I got the idea from the art shop, but I did make that myself. I didn't buy it. I did ask the art shop if they had any out back, you know, when they normally have the suppliers come in and the reps to put all the new products in. I did ask if they had an old one there, but no, they did not. It would have been wonderful if they did. Hello, Tina. How often do you paint over a redo? I suppose a lot of beginners will do that. I'm not doing it a lot for what I do because I'm a YouTube artist. I've spent all my time painting in front of the camera for you. And that painting you see on the video, that's the first time it is getting done. It hasn't been practiced. I haven't done it several times beforehand and then turn the camera on and paint away. So if I make a boo-boo in it, you're seeing what's happening firsthand, okay? But if you're going to redo a painting, I've taken the canvas off like a stretch canvas, which I used to have. I turned it back to front, gessoed it and painted it that way. Or you can just simply sand it back a little bit, scuff it up and give it a light coat of paint as well of gesso and start that way. Practice redoing a canvas and see how it's going to work for you. We have a... and I'll just mark this one here. Dee Dee's got the last question there, the one from Dee Dee. Ian's studio was excellent and well worth a checkout. Yeah, so check out my videos tab in the description below. It'll take you to all my over 500 videos I have on my YouTube channel. I've got another question here from PC Friend Burns. How do you attach the bullshit stick to the board? Okay, good question. It just so happens that I've got me bullshit stick right here. All right. A lot of people say, where can I buy one? What is it? What's a bullshit stick? It's just what I call it, but it's a square. It's a T-square. Architects use something similar like this for putting on their board and getting their lines 90 degrees square. I've made this, and this side bit, because I have a board screwed to my table easel, everything's screwed tight so it's rigid. This sits against the board. You only need to hold it with one hand, and it has a screw. I explained it in my studio tour as well. So that keeps the stick off my board so my canvas can sit in between there and this is not hitting my canvas. And that just gives you bullshittingly straight lines, and you can use it up and down and across ways as well. So I just pull that against the board like that, and I'm pulling that way as I'm using it. One hand holds this and the other hand does the bits and bobs with the bullshit stick. So that's how I hold it against. It doesn't attach to me board. I hold it against the board. All right. I'll put that down there. Now we got a YouTube member in the room. First YouTube member to come up, Cindy Greer. You can see she's got the little icon next to her name, and she's saying hello. Also, cyber kisses and hugs to you, Cindy Greer. Being a YouTube member gets little perks. There is a join button below, so you can check that out and become a member as well. I do encourage people to become members because it helps support my channel. I do everything I can on my channel, and the support I get from you goes into it and helps a better production, okay? And it's always well appreciated. And also, I love doing this because a lot of people get something out of it. We have DB. G'day, DB. Good, first time I've seen you here. DB is asking, when do you use Atelier Flow paint opposed to tubes? That's a decent question, and well, it's you've obviously seen the free flow paint. I'll use that in the stuff in the, let's say, the detail. When I'm doing the detail, you want things to stick. They don't have to be thick and gluggy. So I use it mainly in the detail of things, okay? That's where I use it. There's so many different artists out there, so many different ways of painting, so many different styles. So everybody has a different way and when and how they'll do and use something. But that's when I would use it on my detail. Ray Cranham, I've bought a 20 by 30 canvas and just looking at it scares me. For a long-term project. I've got it for a long-term project. Well, that's good that it scares you, because you don't want to do things that are darn easy. If it was easy, everyone will be doing it and it wouldn't be such a great thing. If it's going to be hard, accept it and take on the challenge. And as you're doing it for the first time, you'll learn along the way. All right. So let it be intimidating. It's something that not everyone can do. And when you do it, you'll be chuffed. You'll be creating bullshit on top of your canvas. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Cindy Greer. So Cindy Greer, I've made my own along with a whacking bucket, a mouse stick from Ian's videos. Yeah, so if you watch my studio tour, you see my whacking bucket. It's pretty much a bin, a bullet bin with the round tub on the top like that. I put my hand in and that keeps it splashing. I've got a broom handle about this far off the bottom, and I've screwed that into the plastic bin, and I put my hand in and give the brush a severe flogging. All right. Tanner, do you find different brands' names of paints differ slightly in color? I'm only using the one brand. I didn't pay attention to the bits and bobs that I used in my early days. I just grabbed whatever I can afford, but now I just simply use Atelier. I do not notice different colors. What was it? Colors or slightly differing from each other from their paints. But if let's just say I've got Atelier and there's a XYZ brand here, and let's just say we're talking phthalo blue, they could differ because manufacturers have got their own ways of making it, I suppose, and someone is not going to be robotically in sync with the other company's person doing it, or however it's made. I don't know. So I'm assuming different brands but of the same color can differ. I don't find the one brand, different tubes of the same coloring differing with the one I'm using. I hope that answered your question there. Who was it? Tanner? Saucy says pardon. Is that pardon? Yes, pardon. Well, if you, I'm not sure what you're saying pardon to. Ray Cranham, cheers, Ian. We got Nelida Arua. Hello. Oh, that's obviously, let's see if we can, where's this one's mouse? I'm going to see if I can Google translate that, because I have if you scroll down in the links in the description below, I have a Google Translate, and when you click on it, it'll take you to Google, and you go along the left box and click detect language, and I've copied it. Now I'm just going to simply paste it. It'll detect whatever language that is, and obviously it's Spanish. Okay, so Nelida Arua, I hope I pronounced that right, is Spanish, and she is saying, hello, good evening, excellent work. I congratulate you, good luck, greetings. Thank you very much there, Nelida. We've got, who's that? Break a leg. Break a leg. Ross says, beat the devil out of the brush. Yes, you can just beat the devil out of the brush, but I just like to give it a severe flogging. Haley Scott McIntyre is saying, Tadai Presto. Hello. Oh, there's another one I might have to see what that one's saying as well. If it's a different language, we'll find out. So I'll just get that out of there, and we'll detect that guy's language, paste, and it is saying the same thing. So I don't know what he's meaning there. Sorry about that. Happy Turkey Day, man. Obviously, that must be Thanksgiving there. So thank you very much there, Hadley. Saucy. Well, this is the thing. Well, that's right. It is. I say that a lot, eh? Well, this is a thing, isn't it? I don't know if you're saying that from what I say or it's something you say as well, but good on you there, Saucy. What is your real name, Saucy? Are you someone that I know and you're hiding behind your Google name, are you? Who is Saucy? Hadley, ta-da, there we go. So keep those questions coming. If I don't know the answer to a question, don't worry, because someone in the room might know it as well, because I don't know everything. I ain't that clever. We got another question here that was sent in by Fadia Al Nasrallah. Some of the neighbours are banging and bombing around out there. Horizon is the thing I don't know. How to do half of the canvas or less? Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the horizon line. In general, if you want to paint more realistically, keep the horizon low, because what you're looking at is at eye level and the horizon is your eye level. If the horizon is way up high, it means that you've pretty much got into a helicopter and you look, there's the horizon there. You got into a helicopter and looking down, which means the horizon is up here instead of down at your eye level. If the horizon's down low, it means you're looking on an upward position, meaning the horizon's here, hence the horizon's down low. Okay, there's your eye level. So wherever you're looking, adjust the eye level. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, hopefully that answered your question there, Fadia. I better mark where I'm up to so I don't lose it. We've got another one here from, this is a long one, hey? I'll see if I can, I'm not the best reader, but I've got to learn how to read better. This is from Kristen Chevalier. Hello, my name is Christian. I have a question. About a year ago, my daughter wanted me to paint with her. I've never painted in my life. I can't draw a line or a circle to save my life. Before I go any further, I didn't know we had to draw a line or a circle to save our life, okay? But anyway, let's move on. To save my life. But from that day, I've been painting and it comes natural. Seems like I'm gifted, it seems. But I don't have any clue what I'm doing, and I want to just paint, and I don't feel free yet because I don't have what I'm doing. Do you have any advice to give? Because you give me a picture, I can paint it, but I want to paint the picture in my head and I don't understand colors. This is what I love. and I have a gift for it, but I don't know anything else. I've been trying to learn with videos and things, but it seems to be confusing for me and causing turmoil in my art. Well, try not to get everything all wrapped in together and getting it done like that, okay? Just stop, relax, and start painting. Look at a reference picture, see the colors that are in it, get those subjects, those colors from reference pictures, and learn how to paint them, okay? And then you'll know when you're painting that again, you do not need the reference. You'll understand the colors. What was that other bit there? Have any advice to give? I want to paint and I don't feel free because I don't know what I'm doing. As you paint, the more you paint, the better you become at it. Just enjoy the journey and learn along the way, because if you're learning, that's great. If you're not learning everything, you're not learning nothing, are you? Does that make sense? Anyway, so just understand colors, and that is one part of your art journey as well, is understanding the color wheel and how they work. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you would notice I wasn't going into colors as much as I do in my latest videos, okay? And you will always evolve, and the more you understand with something there as well. Good on you, says break a leg. Saucy, don't start on me, Ian. Don't you start on me, Ian. I got a fair idea who Saucy is. Patty Miner, hi from Oklahoma. Oh, I'm an old busybody. When something's out the window and I hear a noise, I've got to have a sticky beak, don't I? Oh, right, that's just the way I am. Hello from Oklahoma, Patty Miner, another YouTube member. Good to have you here, Patty. Big cyber hugs and kisses to you for supporting me on my channel here every month. And Cindy Greer, thank you, Ian, for another informative live. Got to run. Good on you. You have a great day, Cindy. Linda Chamberlain, are you on early? No, I'm on Friday night live, 9 p.m. New York time, I'm pretty sure. Just let me confirm that with... Hey, Google, what is the time in New York?
The time in New York City, New York, United States, is 8:25 p.m. on Friday.
Okay, well, it's 9. So obviously I am on early then. I didn't know they've had a time change. So I'm going to have to take that into consideration for next show. Sorry about that. I did not know that they've changed their time. You are an hour early. Yeah, well, apparently, it's 9 o'clock here, my time. Because listen, hey, Google, what time is it in Perth?
The time in Perth, Australia, is 9:25 a.m.
Which I've always been coming on 9:25 my time. And hey, Google, when did America, New York change their time?
On the website timeanddate.com, they say sunrise and sunset were about 1 hour earlier on November 6, 2022 than the day before. Do you want...
November 6th. So that was it's changed right after my last show. It must have changed. So I've got to be aware of that for next show. Sorry about that. Sorry. I'm 7:24 Central, says Haley. Linda, that's what I thought. Haley, good morning, Haley. Oh, no, sorry, not Haley, it's Hadley. Sunday after Halloween. There we go. In October. Where's the next one? Here, we got one here from... Another question here. I'll just mark that so I don't get lost. Deborah Maps, or Deborah Maps. Hi, Ian. What do you use to clean your brushes? I use liquefied water. Oh, okay. Will using a sort of soap help the life of a brush? Thank you. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. It depends on the brushes. Some of your brushes can be expensive. Some of them can be cheap. Some of them last longer than others, and some of them don't last at all. Some of them might react with soap. Some of them might not. It's hard to say. I just use water. I know there are people that get a bit fussy and like to put it in soap and soak it and whatever. If you want to do that, do it. But me and these blending brushes that I get out to people, they're what I use. They're just cheap ones from the hardware store, and I just simply wash them out in water and, like I said, give them a severe flogging and then damp them dry in a cloth, and then they're ready to go again. Now, if you've seen any of my videos where I'm doing the skies and I'm blending, twisting, turmoil, tickling the tops and adding bullshit, and you want these brushes, simply message me on Facebook and I'll get them out to you. They're $45 US, and that cost makes up for me buying the brushes, packaging them, labeling them, the fees that are taken out and all that. I don't make nothing out of these. So that's what you get. If you want those, just message me on Facebook. The link is in the description below. Have a look at the link in the description below and just say, hey, I want some brushes. How do I get them? And if you do want them, they are simply done through PayPal. My PayPal link is in the description below. If you don't want to message me on Facebook and say, hey, I want the brushes, just simply send $45 US to my PayPal account and just state in the description in there, this is for the blending brushes. Or some people just simply send monetary donations in there, and they do say, here's some money for your cats, buy them some treats, or here's just a donation, love what you do. But always, if you are putting something into my PayPal, do state what it is for. Also, my paintings, my tutorials are for sale. I do have a link below what's available, but that is something that is not regularly updated. So simply look at my video thumbs on my YouTube channel, and if there's one of the paintings that you think you like, just simply message me on Facebook and say, is this painting available? And if it is, bang, you can have it. But if it ain't, there's always quality prints available of it if you want to accept a print from it as well. Okay, and the paintings are what are they? They're $140 US, and that's delivered to you anywhere in the world as well. Okay, so they've got that sorted. Kristen Tyree, g'day, Kristen. Good to have you in the show here. Welcome. Hello, Ian, and everybody. So I'm a bit now. I'll come on early, so that's going to change things up a bit. Tina, I've noticed you put all colours for a painting on your palette at start. How do you keep them moist? I noticed you put all colours for a painting on your palette at the start. I put them on as I go. I don't put them on. I do not go and put them all down and then film and then get on with it. I pretty much have me craft white and the retarder there, and let's say if it's a sky color, I'll have that there down there ready to go, and I'll bring the camera down and start doing that and filming that, and then I'll be adding the browns and the blacks and the yellows and the ochres and whatnot as I'm going through the show. They're never laid out there, but if I do have to keep them moist, I have a large squirty bottle. I showed that in my studio tour there. I'll give that a spray just over the palette because it's a glass palette and the water can pull up around the paints and keep them moist as well. I'm not outside, the sun's not beaming on it. They're good quality paints, so they last for about the hour or so that I am filming the painting. So yeah, that's how I keep them keep them moist. Linda Chamberlain, what is white zinc? Oh, paint. You got a T at the end. What is white zinc? Where do we go? What is white zinc paint for? See, I don't really know the true answer to that, but I can find out for you. Hey, Google, what is white zinc paint used for?
On the website crcindustries.com.au, they say CRC white zinc provides a satin top coat finish, but unlike standard paint systems, resists undercutting and blistering from corrosion by forming an effective corrosion barrier.
There we go. Answered your question. Hopefully that helped you out. I'm going to do that more often because if I don't know the answer, I can ask little Miss Muffet down there. Because I don't know the capital of Brazil, but I can definitely tell you. Hey, Google, what is the capital of Brazil?
Brasilia is the capital of Brazil.
There you go, Brasilia. Anyway, back to the show. Have you ever used art masking fluid? No, I have not. Heard today it could be used to fix mistakes. it's a Winsor Newton medium, it says on the bottle. Well, no, I've never used it. And if you make mistakes, I like to learn from them anyway. But if you've got to fix the mistake up, I suppose it's a good repair kit for that. But no, I've never used it. So that's from Paddy Miner, our YouTube member here. And we also got another beautiful, lovely YouTube member here, Lisa Carroll. G'day, Lisa. Cyber kisses and hugs to you, sweetheart. Well, hi, Ian and everybody. Good to have you here. I'm just going to have a mouthful of liquefied water at the moment because my lips are a bit lippy. Okay, we've got another question here. Don't forget, you keep the chats coming with questions because that's what the show's all about. I've got two here from Noreen Bridgman. Noreen Bridgman. We've got one here. How do you go about painting frosty mornings? Not snow, just a sparkling of frost. Then you. Oh, thank you. How do you? Well, I don't know. I've never painted a frosty morning. I don't even. I'm not up that early to even see the frost. What you're going to have to do, Noreen, is probably look at some pictures and just analyze them and practice painting what you see and see how it's working for you. And then regardless whether you're happy or not with what you've done, let it sit for days where you can keep looking at that and analyzing it, and you can keep judging and go, well, I know where I can kind of go now. That's how I do it. Okay. Everyone's different, like I said. Quickly, another quick shout out. Thank you to these people as well that supported me over the last couple of weeks. A big thank you to Paddy Miner, Chris Duffy, Scott Cinnamon, Danette Smith, Sheila Harrington Shaw, Joy Peterson, Jerry Powell, Sylvie Gravel, James Glover, and Larry Baker. Thank you very much for your support. We've got Lisa Carroll, Cyber kisses and hugs back to you, Ian. Thank you very much, Lisa. You're a beauty. Hadley is, I'm obsessed with fluorescent photosynthesis mixed media. Yeah, I've never seen those ones before, but no, that's good to have a obsession. Now, the other one from Noreen Bridgman. Hard as I try, I always have trouble filling all holes in the canvas. I call them the tooth of the canvas. I use good quality paints. What am I doing wrong? Is it not enough water or too much? Yeah, I'll always have to go over and over to fill the tooth in the canvas. That's with and without gesso. Tried both ways. Help. Well, yeah, you got to find the right amount of water, because you can put water in your paint, make it inky, and it'll flow off your brush easy. But as you would know, it could create a bubble over that. Let's just say this is the tooth of the canvas. Right, there you go, like that. Just see, there we go there. Now, you can pull the paint over it, and see here how I've just done some bubbles. It can create a bubble. And when the bubble pops, which I've actually witnessed this on some of my earlier stuff, pop, which is here and here, that is the hole you will see. So you've got it too watery. And sometimes when it's too thick, it'll scrape over and not fill in the hole. So you just got to find, in my opinion, the right amount of water to get it to sit in there. And as you're doing it, don't just dally around. Get right in there and paint it like you mean it, and get it right in there. If you can do it, pushing it in there, but finding the right texture of the paint, putting the right amount of water in it will help. Because you can have it too watery or not enough, and that will happen. And that's why you see the little potholes. Okay, where are we? Can paint shrink a little bit as it dries, pulling it off the tooth of the canvas? Hey Google, can paint shrink as it dries, pulling it off the canvas?
On the website johncanningco.com, they say, as this acrylic paint dries, it will shrink. As it shrinks, its bond to the paint layers beneath it becomes stronger. This shrinking often has a greater tensile pull and bond than the old paint used on the substrate. It is quite possible that new paint being applied is literally pulling the old paint off the wall.
There you go. I hope that answer helped you out there, Lisa Carroll. I've got to watch my replay now just to see if that was worth putting into the next show or a bit stupid. Anyway, I got the answer. That's the answer. I didn't know it. Maybe someone else in the room knows it as well. But little Miss Muffet there told us how it was. Where are we? I just got to pull this notification down there. So how have we been going? You cracked me up. It was brilliant. Thank you very much, Lisa Carroll. We've got 25 minutes left in the show. Give me the thumbs up, share, like, and subscribe. And check out the links in the description below. And what I'll do, I'll be a bit of a gentleman and I'll go through the links just so you know what's there. We have, there's a PayPal link. That's what you buy the brushes, money support, or buy my paintings with. Everything's done through PayPal, nothing else. There's a Video Guru link. That I have another channel. It's just, I put whatever I want there. I haven't put much on it, but check it out anyway. Subscribe to there. It's called the Video Guru. But there's the link there. I've got my merchandise link. I've got Instagram link, which I barely use, but there's one there. I've got my Facebook link. So if you need to message me on Facebook, hit that one there and hit me with a message. My Patreon's link, where people can get early access to my content. My videos link, which will take you to my actual videos. There's over 500 there, all different types to learn from. My art that's for sale, my Ianapolis Art Network, that is my Facebook group page where you can join to become a member. Be sure to answer the questions if you want to become a member, and just say you saw me on YouTube. There's my blooper playlist, and there's another bloopers, which was my earlier bloopers. Okay, so there's two lots of bloopers there. And there's also a traceable and reference pick link. That'll take you to any traceables that are relevant to my tutorials or reference picks that I feel sometimes I've done a tutorial and you need a traceable for it, or the reference that I used is handy to have as well, so you can see what I was doing instead of just making you think I pulled it out of my head. But so there's some of them have the reference picks in there as well. And there's also a Google Translate I threw in there just so it's going to understand what everyone's saying around the world, because that's who I talk to, everyone around the world. All righty. Linda Chamberlain, funny, thank you. Patty Miner, I learnt while... not frozen, just one of my quick freeze frames. I always do that a bit on my live shows just to see who's watching. I've learned while watching your tutorials, painting with a beginner, how to press harder with my brush on the canvas. I was being too doffed. I mean, I think you mean soft. Is the S next to the F? Yeah, I reckon you... No, D is the D next to... Yes, it is. So you meant to say soft, not doffed. That's... Oh, there you go. That's soft, not doffed. There we go. Oh, I finished my coffee. Oh, well, I've got 20 minutes. When I finish this show, I can make myself another. I've got a lot to do after today's show. I've got to get out and about and do bits and bobs. Good interpolation. Is that the word you meant? Interpolation there, Hadley, or interpretation? Linda Chamberlain, I saw your video of the visit of your studio. Oh, my studio video. Thank you. Yes, it's the studio tour, walk around. I just sort of gave everybody, you see what tutorials come out of there. I thought I'll show you just how it is, how it works for me, because it's set up for filming. A lot of people might want to have a setup like mine, but if you're not filming, you don't need a setup like mine. I just have it set up like that because I'm filming what I paint. But if you're not filming it, you want it set up where you can sit down and be comfortable, and you don't have to have it at hand's reach. I've got mine at hand's reach in there because, like I said, it's for filming purposes only, the lighting and whatnot. So yeah, but I'm glad people I do know people like watching that stuff, so I just gave a walk around just to show you what's in there and how it works for me. The links in the description below, videos link, go in there and look for the studio, or even if you type in Ianapolis studio, I'll just test it here and let's see what happens. So you go on YouTube, right? Where are we? I'll open up another tab just so, because I try and teach people also just how to govern YouTube. So let's just say if you type in Ianapolis, and then we'll put studio. Let's just see what, because their words I used in the title, and there it is there. My son Reese has got a channel. He's done a tour of it. He did a pretty good one there as well, but I wanted one on my channel as well. So there's two there. Reese's one is Ianapolis Art Studio Tour, and the one I did is Look Around My Art Studio Tour. And if let's just say you're scratching your head and you're just wondering, has Ian ever painted a, I don't know, sunlight, whatever. Let's just try and see what comes in. I've painted things with suns in them, but let's just say, so I'll type in Ianapolis in the YouTube search bar, and let's just write sunlight and see what comes up. Oh, press the wrong button. Where are we? Ianapolis. Sunlight. Oh, there you go. So I've got a few in there that's showing like how to paint sunset jetty, beginner's art lesson, how to paint sun rays, all that sort of stuff. So you can try that out. If you're wondering, has he painted a jetty? Has he painted a dolphin? You just type in my name and the subject in the YouTube search bar. And if it's there, it's there. Wow, we got some big ones coming here. I've learned so much watching you. Thank you. Okay, I'm up to here. I'm trying to pronounce that name. Valacry. You know, as quiet as this channel may be, sometimes I relish it because it lets fans interact with you better. You are an awesome person and an even better painter. Can I just correct you on that word? Because I don't like using the word better because it can intimidate people that are learning. And I don't like to teach a beginner, you got to make it better than Joe Blows over there. My paintings are just different, or your paintings are just different. That's not better than that one. That one is different to that one. That's just the way I like to push it out to the beginner there, because some of them I know can get intimidated by it. Okay, but thank you very much for that. It's good that well, I'm glad too. It's not so massive and big and can't keep up, because that's what this show is all about. My Friday Night Live, it's connecting with you people. As soon as you write something in there, I do my darndest to make sure it gets read out and give it back to you. Also from Valikrai, thank you for being there for us and not even realizing how calming you can be and how much help you've given me mentally through your videos. They mean a lot. That's good to hear. And I have in my comments, I get a lot of that as well. And that's just like inspiration for me to keep doing what I'm doing as well. It's like, wow, I don't realize I'm touching or affecting so many different people, so many different age groups in so many different ways. And when I get this feedback in my here or in YouTube comments, it's like inspiring for me to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you very much for allowing me to do it. Here we go. Valacry. Oh, Valacry. That's how you pronounce it. Okay, Valacry. Fran Thaler. Hi, Ian. Fran from Florida. G'day, Fran. Good to have you here and welcome to the show. You got about another 15 minutes left. Does anybody have any more questions? Because I need some questions here. This is not, I don't have anything written out. The only thing that's printed out are your questions that get sent through, but I don't have anything. This is all just off the top of my head what I'm coming out of here. So I need you to interact with me to keep this going. And if it does struggle to get to an hour, well, then I'll just sort of close it down at the end of that. But I do want to give you the opportunity to come and ask you questions and interact with me, whatever. Okay. I like your color, and I have versions similar to your style, says Hadley. Good on you, Hadley. Yes, your versions come to you. Because I have heard some people say, I want to paint this style, I want to create like that style or whatever, but your style will come to you because of your habits, and the way you think and the way you use will create your style, whether you like it or not. Something's just happened to my screen there now. What's happened there? Am I on the wrong? I was on the wrong page. So yeah, I like the colors I use too. That's why I use them. I think they're quite simple, effective, and it's something a beginner can go, well, wow, I want to learn from that. And then they can evolve and prosper, and they can stick with me or move on. It's up to them. Next tutorial coming soon, says Paddy Miner. I hope so. I've got nothing in the bank yet. I'm very busy, and I want to just slow down because I need time to slow down and relax. But there's always stuff coming. But I don't have anything yet. The latest one was where are we? Where was the latest one? I'll tell you what the latest one was, and then you can tell me if you're up to date or not. The latest one was 509, acrylic winter art lesson. That was my latest one. I haven't had time yet to get into my studio to produce a video, because for those who aren't aware, it takes a lot of time for me to produce one video. It doesn't just take an hour to go in there, slap some paint on and come out. I've got to set up sound, cameras, lights, get everything organized for filming, so it's a bearable tutorial to watch. If you do watch my latest tutorials, you can sort of see what goes into it. If you think, besides what you're just looking at, how I've got camera angles and blah, blah, blah. So I get a little bit of change out of 12 hours to create one tutorial. That's how much time it takes for me to create one of my tutorials now. In my early days, I used to just turn the camera on and go for it. But, you know, they've evolved from there, and I can't go back to that quality because it's not what people are wanting. They wouldn't watch it nowadays. I mean, they still would, but you need good sound, good audio, and then video's the second. You need good videoing, you need good lighting. You want light shining on everything. You don't want everything dark and spooky, so on and so on. But there will be stuff coming, believe me. There will be. Good things come to those who wait. Where are we? Oh, there, we're up to that. So we're getting close to the hour. Gosh, I've watched a few of your earlier ones. Yeah, you go. If you haven't seen my earlier ones, just go to the video link. Just scroll down to. You can put them in order. I think you can put them in order. Oh, recently uploaded. Yes, you can. So you can go to recently uploaded. Oh, popular. No, they've only got recently uploaded or popular. They used to have it where you can put from oldest to newest, but they've changed the YouTube platform. But there's over 500 there. If you keep scrolling down to number 1, you'll just see just how they've changed over the years. Fran Thaler. I'm crazy about Steve. He's so handsome and he makes me smile. Yeah, you're not the only one crazy about Steve. I just love the buggery out of that cat. He's a cat with a head, and he's a full-blown, full-bottle champion. I just love him. My son gave me that cat. And every time I look at him, I can just squeeze him with too much love. But yeah, he's a beautiful cat, and I see what you mean there, Fran. Stephen Haplin. Morning, Ian. Do you use watercolors? No, I do not. I use just the acrylic. Never done it. I've seen it. Obviously, I've seen a lot of it, but I've never done it. So no, I've never used watercolors. I'm just an acrylic artist teaching people what they can paint and teaching them how I would do it. And that's all I do. I'm no artist of every medium. I can use it, but I don't, and I'm not going to teach it. I'm just here now to teach how I paint in acrylics, because I find it's a way a beginner can look at something and see a cloud and go, so that's how you paint a cloud. And over time, the clouds will start looking like clouds, and that's what I love to see. I remember when my first clouds came out, they were chalky and dark and weird looking, and it was frustrating. So it's good to be able to show people what they can do, because with a bit of practice and time, you can do it. Linda Chamberlain, if I want black gesso but I only have white gesso, can I put black paint in the white gesso? Well, hey Google, can I put black paint in white gesso to create a black gesso?
On the website ehow.com, they say, continue adding black acrylic paint and mixing it thoroughly into the gesso until the desired black hue is reached.
Okay, I hope that helped you out. Oh, I'm an idiot. Things I do to keep myself amused, I've got to tell you. So, yeah, there you go. Hopefully that answered your question, Linda Chamberlain. Well, listen, I'm going to start wrapping this up now, because it's getting a bit slow here. It's getting towards the end of the hour, and I do have quite a bit to do today. So I want to thank you very much for supporting me, following me and watching me, sharing me and giving me the thumbs up. And be sure to tell your friends if you like what you're doing. But hey, if I've offended you in any way, you tell everybody. Goodbye, good luck, and good on you. Oh, I should have read that out one more. I read it 3 or 4 times, I think. It wasn't just once. That's all right. All right, I can put that in. But then, let's get this one. Where are we? Oh, did I put that in there? Yes, I did. I can close that. What about this one here? Oh, wow. I just finished painting this tonight. Is that on the... Oh, that's on the... Wow, that's beautiful. All right. Where's the... Let's turn... Oh, you... Fucking mongrel. Get out of there, you dog. Where's my lights? Go back up there. All right, I'll finish closing all these up. Where are we? Where are we? Google Translate, get rid of that. Okay. Oh, did I forget to turn the camera off? If you're not a regular viewer, I always do that, eh? Uru from the Guru.